Welcome to Masterpiece Tarot. Here you'll find timeless messages to guide your soul's awakening. If you're here, trust. You are meant to be. Please show your support by liking, sharing, and subscribing. These help support my mission of creating more peace on Earth. Welcome in, collective. I think that today we're going to do a divine masculine, divine feminine counterpart reading. So, this could be for twin flames, this could be for soulmates. If those, terms aren't familiar to me, it could just be you and your partner. I do use the, words masculine and feminine just to describe energies. Of course, you can just take what resonates, you can flip those if you need to, and it really has nothing to do with somebody's sex, okay? It's just an energy. Thank you, Spirit, for using me as a channel for these divine messages that you are about to bring through for the collective. Big thanks to all of the subscribers. I can't believe how quickly the channel is growing. It's really exciting. This is my side hustle. I've kind of been treating it like my main job, but yeah, it's okay. I'm in a transition with my work, so I will be getting back to work soon. I do work now, but like intermittently, 2-3 days a week usually. Sometimes 4, sometimes 5, just depends on the week. Okay, I think this will be the last shuffle here. And we'll split the deck and we'll jump right into this reading. Whoa. All right, Spirit. I think we'll do masculines here, feminines below, okay? Yeah. So, main energy for the masculine here. 8 of Pentacles, okay. So this is somebody focused on what they're building. They are achieving success. They're feeling powerful. Yeah, they're steadily making progress towards their goals. Nice energy for masculine here. An opportunity is the Hermit. So there's an opportunity for masculine to go within. Okay, do some inner work, maybe some shadow work. Spend a little bit of time in solitude. Sometimes really can gain a lot of clarity from doing that. A challenge, 10 of Pentacles. It's a family situation. Family situation might be challenging masculine at this time. Or could be that masculine is wanting to build towards this and it hasn't come in yet, and so maybe the challenge is waiting. All the things to do with planning, taking those next steps, etc., etc. An action to take, a 5 of Swords, Well, take some time to acknowledge that there's been a conflict of some kind. Slow down. Let yourself heal. The Hermit, okay? Maybe has been some adversity. Maybe some challenges, some blockages, something like this. Along the way here. Though there has been some success, clearly. There is something that's perhaps been lost, but also something that may be blocking this progress towards this Ten of Pentacles. Let's look at feminine. What's feminine's energy? The Queen of Pentacles. Okay, this is somebody who is abundant. She is looking quite comfortable there on her throne. An opportunity is the Seven of Wands. This is a card of defending oneself, but also standing up for one's convictions. In this card, I think it's about being centered and grounded in the face of adversity or stormy seas. Challenge, the Six of Pentacles. Okay, equal give and take, reciprocity. And an action, Page of Pentacles. Wow, lots of pentacles here with this reading, you guys. Lots, 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 lots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 8 of our cards are pentacles. Yeah. Okay. So with feminine here, I'm seeing this is somebody who has been successful. She's very comfortable in the material world. Okay, there's a sense of balance and mastery around all things material. So this could be like people in place, people, things. Okay, she's probably got a nice home. She's got a good community around her. She is probably pretty healthy in her body. Okay, so she's in a nice position there. But we see here that there is an opportunity with the Seven of Wands to perhaps elevate herself. You know, through this meditative pose, we, you know, receive our downloads, for one thing. And so it might be that although this Queen of Pentacles is in a great position here, there's room for growth. And one way she can do this is by, or they can do this, is by meditating, getting those downloads, deciding what it is that they want to do. I love the color of these wands here. Kind of implies that there are many ways to go. There's something kind of lucky about this energy here. There's an opportunity maybe to take some inspired action. Okay, so this might be resonating for you, collective. The Six of Pentacles, so this is, we see that there's this little infinity symbol back here. And so this is about harmony and balance. It's also about movement. And so, you know, this is about equal give and take. So our Queen of Pentacles, there may be a challenge as she or they are, you know, working on taking new inspired action to keep things in life balanced. Okay. It can be hard when you have a new project that you're wanting to work on, and it's exciting because it's new, to keep things in balance. And here with the Page of Pentacles. So Page is usually the student. This is somebody who, you know, is industrious. They're studious. They are definitely focused on what it is that they're going to be doing and building here as they progress along their path. But I think with the Page, what we're getting is there's an idea to hold back, to be patient, to wait. Because the Page doesn't really take action. I mean, this Page is all about the Pentacle, but the Page is not the Knight. The Knight is taking action, but the Page is more studying, planning what it is that they're going to do. They're learning about the Pentacle right now. So, collective, if this resonates for you, there might be an opportunity to learn about this new project that you may be embarking on, or whatever the inspired action is that you're going to be taking. There may be a preparation period or phase while you're learning. Okay? Remember, these are counterparts, so this is interesting. I am seeing some alignment here in the opportunity space. Okay, so we see both of these two in a meditative type of a stance. Masculine and feminine are both meditating. It looks like masculine is focused more on developing the intuition and also developing wisdom, you know, transmuting some of the experiences into lessons, wisdom that can be shared with others. Whereas with the female, I see the feminine is taking more inspired action here through this meditation. So getting downloads about what it is that she's going to do. The light there from the solar plexus is about willpower. It's about taking action. We see a lot of this similar energy, though, with this kind of aura of light around these individuals, both of them. Very similar. It's radiating from within, both of these. And so this may be a big part of the opportunity, because this is where I'm seeing the most alignment between these two counterparts. Something about the inner light. These two may be light workers or something like that. There may be an opportunity to develop that awareness and skill set. Okay, let us see. Let's get some clarifiers. Tell us about the Eight of Pentacles, Spirit. What's masculine working on here? What's this power that they hold? We have a Four of Pentacles, so there's some stability with this. A Four of Wands and a Six of Wands. Wow, okay. 4, 4, and 6. 4, 4, 6, 8. Okay. Well, whatever masculine has been building, there's most definitely a sense of success and celebration here with the Four of Wands and the Six of Wands. There is a sense that this masculine may be holding on tightly to what it is that they've been doing at this time. There is a sense of not wanting to let go, and that this may be preoccupying our masculine here. This might be you, collective, but it does seem to be in service of a goal, maybe embodied here by the Ten of Pentacles, this abundance, this ability to celebrate your abundance with your family and all of this. Okay, so yeah, and also here with the Four of Wands, this is about, you know, the family, a secure partnership, a stable home. Could even be a celebration, a marriage, a wedding, a union, something like this. Definitely a sense of victory here and being recognized. This masculine perhaps is being recognized at this time by the community, by spirit, by his family. There is a sense of achievement for sure here, definitely with our masculine. So there's this opportunity, though, for Hermit. So help us understand this. The Three of Cups. So there has been some celebration, perhaps, in the past. And now we have a Four of Swords, very similar to Hermit in the sense of going within, taking some quiet time alone, and the Star. Huh, okay. Well, okay. Let's keep going here with these cards. I'm going to maybe circle back to that initial card here once we read these. So our masculine is going within. And this is the opportunity. Why is masculine hermiting? Well, we see on one side of this resting, recovering period, a celebration, a group, a community, friends, family. On the other side, we see a star. This is, somebody who is kind of on their own. Stars are sort of solitary. And so I'm wondering if this is something that the masculine is needing to think about at this time. There may be an opportunity here that somehow needs to be balanced out. Not exactly sure. We'll have to see what this is about. Well, we're gonna keep going here. Let's look at this. Why is the Ten of Pentacles in the challenge position here? Why is this a barrier or a challenge? We have a Six of Cups, an Eight of Pentacles, and a Three of Swords. Okay. I'm getting very strongly this dichotomy here between an individual, our masculine, who on the one hand has this family life, okay, with this Four of Wands, this family group, a Three of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles. Those cards all represent being part of a group, a family. But the dichotomy is this sense of the individual. And, we have this person who has been victorious. This is a victory for one person here. I mean, obviously, when you come home from battle, you win something and the whole community celebrates you because you've done something single-handedly that benefits the greater good, presumably. But it could also be a victory for self. And the reason I'm saying that is that there's a sense of moving away from this Four of Wands, not in a way that there's been betrayal, but in a way which it's like this is a stable home, but maybe there's a moving away in order to move toward something over here to do with the Star and a soul group, a soul tribe or something like this. Because we see with the Hermit card that our masculine is really going within for answers. It's like they're leaving to be victorious in another area of life. And it's something to do with soul tribe and healing and the stars. Something about the stars. Maybe it's something about this star. Maybe this is our masculine becoming a star. This is something that our masculine may be thinking about at this time as he's, moving away from this stable home and building. Now the challenge kind of relates in a way because the Eight of Pentacles is also like about building, but this is also about seeing your results now. You're seeing the results. Perhaps our masculine has met a soulmate, or maybe this is somebody that's been there the whole time. It could be this person here in the Ten of Pentacles. But what I'm getting with this heartbreak, when this heartbreak card came out, this is when I felt like there's some type of a dichotomy. Like, I'm not seeing a two. Twos are usually about choice. But it feels a little bit like our masculine might be struggling with sort of societal norms around what family looks like, and, you know, and this more soul-centered, cosmic type of a connection, that takes you on this soul journey. It takes you on a healing journey. The star is all about healing, and healing is all about change and transformation. And when we're changing and transforming a lot, it can pose a challenge to some type of a, structure, family structure that's been built. This masculine is part of a big network, and if he changes and does something for himself, it affects everybody here. That might be something that is feeling very challenging for this masculine at this time in this reading. So this might resonate for you if you're listening. Okay. The action to take. Why the Five of Swords here? This is a challenge. There is a blockage. Is it to sit with it in meditation and really try to think through it? Is it to... How's our masculine going to work through this dynamic so that in a way that doesn't feel like this? This is like a big headache. This is conflict, adversity. Lots of people are fighting. They're fighting. They're not happy. It might be his own family that's not happy about some kind of an inkling of an idea that he may have here in the Hermit, or this wisdom that he's gaining to do with his own healing journey. What it is that he wants to build, or what it is that he's been building, and what it is that he wants to build. Yeah. I see that on the Six of Wands, there's this movement away from the Four of Wands toward this soul tribe and the star. And over here, we see this person working away. And they're looking toward this soulmate connection and the star. And also, in the beginning, initially, with the stability, this one is facing away too. I don't think that one's so significant, though. I don't know. I just got on a little thing where I wanted to look at all of those. Okay. All right. Let's clarify this Five of Swords. So we have a Six of Swords, so that's progress. We have a King of Pentacles and a Five of Cups. Okay. We got two fives, bookending. There is a sense of loss here. King of Pentacles is looking at the loss. The person in grief is looking at the King of Pentacles. It looks like the action to take is to somehow move to calmer waters. Now, I don't know what that means for you, collective, if this is resonating. It might mean moving away from one situation and focusing more on the other. We do see, though, movement toward the King of Pentacles. But it looks like the King of Pentacles is looking at somebody who is in regret. Somebody who's going through loss. Again, there's the sense of there's a blockage here. There's something unstable. You know, those cups are tipped over. There's something unstable. Even as you're moving forward, perhaps, you know, evolving into this King of Pentacles, as you start out here with an 8 in your main energy, then we see the 4 of Pentacles, and then we see the 8 of Pentacles here, and then we have the King of Pentacles. So there's a sense that there's some gain in the material. This is a focus for you, masculine, perhaps. You may be an earth sign. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Yeah. I think what I'm getting here for you, masculine, is there is a sense to move forward. Okay? There is a sense to be authentic about who you are. Here you are as the King of Pentacles. You've leveled up. You're growing. You're working toward this. You're becoming this King of Pentacles if you're not already. And this 5 of Cups here and the 5 of Swords here is what it is that's needing to be dealt with in this hermit mode. So, you know, the opportunity is to go into some type of solitude. Start spending maybe more time alone. Start trying to do some self-study. Maybe find a mentor, find a course, find something that's going to help you sort through some of this inner conflict that I'm picking up on here. Because it seems like both paths are perfectly legitimate. Is what I'm seeing here. There's a lot of happiness with this family structure. It's stable. But at the same time, the soul has its needs too. And we see that clearly with the Hermit, with the 6 of Cups. I guess those are the 2 main ones. But also this Victory card, okay? I mean, depending on how important your soul's growth is to you. Again, people have different degrees of, you know, need around that. Some folks are like 100% all about their soul's growth, you know, and then it's on a spectrum. Some people are like, what's a soul? You know what I'm saying? I think for you, masculine, because you're tuned into this, you know, you're above the 50% mark. You're probably somebody who gets it, who maybe is even driven to grow and expand and experience all that you can to reach your highest potential. But it does seem that that energy is being overshadowed by, at this time anyway, by some of these more practical 3D, if we can use that term, situational things here. Okay. So I think the message, though, masculine, I'm getting for you is remember who you are, you know. Remember that you are a soul. You know, you are a soul. So, yeah. All right. So now we're going to look at feminine here. We'll see what we can get from our feminine. Queen of Pentacles. Talk to us about Queen of Pentacles, Spirit. We have a 5 of Swords. A lot of 5s out here. The Devil. And the 10 of Wands. Huh. Our Queen of Swords is somebody who's had to, our Queen of Pentacles is somebody who's had to, or who has been experiencing some adversity, or maybe going through this at this time. We see the Devil card here. This can be about deception, deceit. This can be about attachments, unhealthy attachments. It could be codependency. It could be addictions. And then we see a Ten of Wands, where something's coming to an end. There's a sense that something is closing out here. Here we see our Queen of Pentacles' eyes are closed. Okay, so that would imply that she's looking within for answers. And in these cards, we see the Devil in the center here. Both of these people are looking at the Devil, but then on either side, we see people looking away from the Devil. So there's a sense that whatever you've been going through, Queen of Pentacles, you're wanting to get away from this Devil. You're wanting to turn away from it. There's a need to put down these burdens. Like in the traditional Five of Swords, we see there's like a few people in the card, and some of them have put their swords down on the ground. You're ready to close out a cycle. You're ready to close something out here, Queen of Pentacles. And then here we see the opportunity is to take some kind of inspired action. Okay, so you're standing in your conviction. You're holding fast to what it is that you believe, what you know to be right for you. And perhaps in this connection, you may be in a connection with somebody who you may be growing apart. You may be, your partner may be wanting to go on some kind of an adventure or experience new things. Your partner may be growing a lot at this time, and by the looks of it, so are you. So are you. You're receiving some messages of inspiration from the divine, it looks like, and you're considering what actions you're going to be taking. So that is what the opportunity. Now we have an Eight of Swords. So there's that feeling of being trapped. We have a Two of Pentacles. Good, a 2 as a choice. And a Knight of Cups. Okay. I'm seeing here that there's an opportunity to make a choice. And the choice is to stop being in victim mentality. We see that this woman on this card here is not actually, blindfolded or bound up. But she's seeing herself that way. She's believing that she is somehow entrapped. But in reality, she's not. And, how you choose to see yourself really is just a matter of choice. Do you want to feel like a victim and you're all tied up and you're trapped and somebody else has imprisoned you? Or do you want to feel empowered and realize that if that's how you're feeling, well, you can fix it. You can take those ties off, you can take the blindfold off, and you can choose to see things as they really are. You can also choose to see this as an opportunity to choose something new. All these different colorful wands. You can see this as an opportunity to take inspired action. This might actually be a lucky time for you. There's a sense of mystery here. And we see that there's a Knight of Cups. This could be somebody coming toward you. This could be like a younger water sign masculine. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces coming toward you. Queen of Pentacles. Oh, I drew these cards. I am like really, I am so out of it, you guys. It's kind of funny. Okay, well, that's fine. We'll take those cards. Nice cards. I just realized that. Yeah. So that's the opportunity. The opportunity is to make a different choice, it looks like, by the looks of it. It might be to enter a period of separation with somebody, you know, so that you can keep things balanced. Okay, if somebody's not wanting to give as much or is needing to focus more on themselves, well, that might be a cue to focus more on yourself. I mean, what else can you do? But make the most of it, right? Meditate. Imagine all the wonderful things that could be, right? Try not to live in fear. Try to notice when you're feeling fearful and just go, you know what? That's a choice that I don't have to feel that way. I can choose something different. Choose to see it as an opportunity. All right. Let's see. Six of Pentacles. Clarify, Spirit, please and thank you. Nine of Cups. That's a single person. We have a Knight of Swords. Taking action. Yeah, and the Fool. A new beginning. Yeah, so it could be challenging, you know, to have to take these actions. Okay, it might be challenging to see yourself as a single person again, even though you're happy and fulfilled and you have all that you need. It can still be really challenging to be understanding that you're needing to give somebody some space. You need to allow somebody to be their authentic self. And if that means they go on a soul journey somehow or another, if it takes them away, it doesn't have to be physical, but it could be emotional distance that they're creating. Okay, if they're hermiting and wanting to be alone more, it can be challenging to keep yourself balanced out and not get overly emotional, not get overly fearful or desperate or acting out of a place of fear. It can also be difficult to take action. Sometimes when something like this happens, somebody has a talk with us, you know, when we hear news that maybe we weren't expecting or didn't want to hear, I see two things happening. Either you take really fast action and you get angry with your words and you say a bunch of stuff that then potentiates a bunch of other stuff to start happening that you might not have intended because maybe you're being a little impulsive. Or the challenge could be, you know, when you're in a fight or flight or freeze mode, it's like, I can't do anything. I'm stuck. So the challenge could be getting on that horse and taking action. Okay, to do all this other stuff, to, right, sit in this energy, or to take inspired action. It can be challenging if you're like in a freeze, you know, fight or flight or freeze mode. And it can be difficult to be optimistic. You know, the Fool card is usually yellow. This person's quite excited and happy about their new beginning. But if it's thrust upon you, or if it's something that you don't want, or it's something that you're having to work through with another and it's taking a lot of your energy, or whatever the case may be, new beginnings can be challenging, especially if you're needing to release something that you didn't really want to release. But we don't always have a choice. Sometimes we have to respect another's choices. I mean, what else can we do? It's not... If somebody wants to make a move like that, I mean, regardless of... You can talk to them about your values. You can talk to them about any commitments that you've made. You can try to negotiate something where it's workable. But nonetheless, it's a change, because this person, this masculine, appears to be embarking on a journey of growth, I would say here. The action to take. You have a Page of Pentacles. Now we see that we're walking away, possibly for a new start or new passionate beginning somewhere, maybe with the Knight of Cups. Okay, maybe with a water sign masculine, younger. So the action that I'm seeing overall, think about what it is that you need, study the problem, and how you need to arrange things in your life. Maybe you stay together in the home, but blah, 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 blah. I don't know what it's going to look like, but you get the picture. Figure out all of the logistical things having to do with your material world, right? Like the people, the places, right? The money even. And then you're going to walk away. You're going to walk away from this love that's still standing, these cups. You know, why? Because you're going to mirror each other. You have to kind of in a relationship, it's like, if you're in a committed relationship, yeah, it makes sense to kind of mirror the other person, even if this is not like a twin flame or something. Like, if they start walking away, well, why wouldn't you start walking away, you know? Even if you don't want to. It's a matter of balance and self-preservation. What good is it going to do you to sit there and pine after them, or beg them to come back, or tell them they're doing the wrong thing, or any of this kind of stuff? You know, casting judgments. As hard as it is to accept a truth that's difficult to hear, it's so much better than denying the truth. Okay, so there's this walking away motion. It could be you, it could be on both sides. But not only are you walking away, you're actually walking towards something better. Okay? Because this is difficult. Whatever's happening here feels difficult to me. And I think these are the cards that signal the difficulty to me that you're going through right now, feminine. This Five of Swords, the Devil, and the Ten of Wands in the current energy. So you're going to be, whoa, dog and cat. You're going to be walking towards something better. And it actually looks like you're going to be walking towards something, a new beginning. Could be with this person later down the road, or it could just be a new passion project, a new ambition. Maybe you're going to study something, right? You're going to be focusing on yourself because your person's focusing on themselves. They're not going to have as much to give you, it doesn't look like. Okay? They've got to work something out. If this is resonating for you, this is somebody who's going through some type of a growth phase. So I'm really seeing two counterparts here that are going through a difficult passage in the connection because things are changing. And I think they're changing on the masculine side, and the feminine is having to respond to it. You know. But there is alignment. That is something that I'm seeing here in this opportunity position. You know, there really is alignment here. The Eight of Swords and the Four of Swords here. There's a sense that both on the masculine side and on the feminine side, there is some sorting out. Like when somebody's in this kind of meditation, they are resting, recovering. There's a sense of stability. But when you're lying down like this and you're thinking, can feel a little burdensome. You might be struggling with a problem. Clearly, feminine is also struggling with a problem here. A problem to do with perception, thinking. So there's this challenge in the swords dimension. There's also, like we already talked about it, but the energy of both are meditating and looking for answers, seeking divine guidance, I guess I would say. And we also have this opportunity for some kind of a connection. The Star is a different kind of connection than the Knight of Cups, but they're both, you know, with all this water here and this being a Cups, it's about, you know, movement in love, emotional, you know, emotions are flowing. There's a sense of, there's a sense that feelings are being addressed. There's something intuitive happening here on both sides. Okay, so yeah, if this is resonating for you, you might be in a partnership. It might be a pretty established connection, and you might be facing some changes at this time. And I think one of the big messages here is look within, okay, for the answers that you're seeking. When there's conflict like this and somebody wants one thing and the other person wants the other, it's so easy to go into blaming the other person or being judgmental. But if you truly have love between you both, you won't do that. Okay? If you understand. Right? It's human nature to do that. But if you understand that you have a choice and that you can choose to listen, seek to understand, and look within for the answers, I think you'll fare a lot better here. Okay? Let us get a couple of. Let's get these guys. Woo! I can't believe I did that, you guys. I am so spacey today. Okay. Let's pull some oracle cards here. Acceptance. I am learning to accept the things I cannot change. Okay. I like that color purple. That's like your third eye. All the way up to the crown. The crown is kind of whitish violet. But this is very much about your intuition. Okay. That color purple is. Blame. I accept responsibility for my well-being. Let's get one more. Change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. Alrighty. Collective, that's your reading. Hope it was helpful. Bye for now.